The victim was Pouria Zeraati, a journalist living in the United Kingdom. On the 29th of March 2024, he was attacked outside his home in Wimbledon. The attack was not spontaneous. It followed extensive reconnaissance over a period of weeks, and in the case of George Stana, involvement in earlier activity directed at the victim dating back to March 2023. You all travelled to Queensmere Road in Wimbledon, where you waited for several hours for Mr. Zeraati to emerge from his home. When he did so, Nandito Badea approached him from the front, while David Andre approached from behind. The victim was effectively trapped beside his vehicle. During that encounter, he sustained 3 stab wounds to the upper right thigh from a knife with a 20-centimetre blade. Following the attack, the 2 men ran back to the waiting vehicle driven by Stana. The group then undertook an orchestrated escape. Clothing and other items were discarded. The vehicle was abandoned. A taxi was taken to Heathrow Airport. The participants flew to Switzerland and then travelled onwards to Romania. The victims survived. Despite their location at the top of the leg, by good fortune, the wounds did not cause catastrophic vascular injury. Would you stand up, please, both of you? George Stana, you were in England only to make money, and you would do anything for it. There can be no doubt at all that this was a targeted, organised and funded act of serious violence carried out for reward upon a journalist living peacefully in the United Kingdom who had become a prominent critic of the Iranian regime. Oppressive regimes tend to do all they can to suppress opposition. They cannot abide the scrutiny that fearless journalists provide. Overall, the features I have identified place this stabbing among the most serious examples of Section 18 offending. Whether or not you knew precisely what the target's employment was, I am sure you knew or ought to have known the stabbing was being carried out on behalf of a foreign power. This was a grave, cowardly attack involving the repeated use of a knife against an unsuspecting victim in a public street. The consequences for the victim, physically and psychologically, were substantial and enduring. In your case, the sentence is one of 12 years imprisonment. Pursuant to Section 69A of the Sentencing Act, I state this offence was aggravated by the fact that the foreign power condition was met. Nandito Badea, your role and state of mind place you in a different position. The appropriate sentence in your case is one of 8 years detention. Both of you will be released at the 2/3 point of the sentence because Section 18 is a Schedule 15 serious violent offence carrying a maximum life imprisonment, and the sentence is at least 7 years. The release provisions in Section 244ZA of the Criminal Justice Act 2003 apply. Time spent in custody awaiting trial and sentence in this jurisdiction will also count. Pursuant to Section 243 of the Criminal Justice Act 2003 and Section 327 of the Sentencing Act 2020, I specify that George Stana spent 14 days in custody in Romania awaiting extradition, and Nandito Badea spent 13 days awaiting extradition. Those periods are also to be treated as counting in accordance with the statutory scheme governing extradited prisoners. Gentlemen, is there any other matter that I need to deal with? The surcharge will apply, and I impose it in relation to both of you. Would you please go down?